Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we're going to take a look at an article now which is coming from across the pond from the Daily Beast, where it seems now that the majority of this Dan Wootton story, with all the allegations against him, more people in America seem to be covering it than here in the UK, which does give a few eyebrow raises. It makes people think of a lot more questions. And I think the big one really is, why isn't it on mainstream media more like the Hugh Edwards situation? But we're going to look at the article today, which is this: Star tabloid journal fires a warning shot over sordid double life allegations. Remember now, people, even though I do not like Dan Wootton, I think he's a despicable human being. He is innocent until proven guilty, though. People need to remember this. The journalist who broke Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Megxit story and caused international headlines after claiming Johnny Depp was is at the centre of a bizarre media scandal that has erupted across the pond. Dan Wootton, a former star reporter of Rupert Murdoch's Sun newspaper, has been accused of creating bogus online identities to trick and bribe men into sending him explicit, compromising images. Byline Times, they first reported Wootton had targeted media and colleagues, friends and members of the public for more than a decade, posing as a fictitious celebrity agent named Martin Branning and offering tens of thousands of dollars to men in return for them filming themselves engaging in sordid acts. Right here, we've seen a little bit of what the lawyers have supposedly sent to a lot of the media here in the UK, like The Guardian, Daily Mirror and all them. An extraordinary legal letter sent to all UK newsrooms last Wednesday, which was obtained and reviewed by Confider, lawyers from Mishcon de Reya LLP, who represent Dan Wootton, claimed the Byline Times reporting is replete with false allegations about our client, including the grave allegation that our client has committed criminal acts by using illegal means to obtain compromising material from scores of male victims who he has targeted in a multi-year criminal conspiracy operation. Before we move on, we do need to remember as well, though, ladies and gents, Dan Wootton's little monologue. I'm going to say this in every video just so people can actually, who still believe his little witch hunt theory, is GB News trying to be taken down by these people because they can't stand it and it's against the establishment. GB News has not been around for more than 2 years. It was 2 years in June 2021, in fact, when it was launched. These investigations were far before that, way before it. Some of them going back at least 5 years beforehand. So, that little witch hunt analogy that he did, that's dead in the water. So, that's number one of him lying about the situation. In recent years, Wootton has tried to become the UK answer to Tucker Carlson with a primetime show on the British Fox News wannabe GB News, and is also a columnist for the Mail Online. I do want to show you a few things by here. Wootton, whom Prince Harry branded as a sad little man in his autobiography, admitted making errors of judgment in a bizarre on-air mea culpa last week, but also claimed he was a victim of a witch hunt by nefarious players. That witch hunt part, we just blew that out of the water with, again, GB News wasn't around. But the Prince Harry situation. Dan Wootton has gone on many times in his articles, even in The Sun when he was there, Daily Mail, and on his GB News show. He has said so many things which makes him one of the biggest hypocrites ever. And what we're going to look at is this. This is coming from last year, from when the Queen sadly died last year. I wanted to return to Buckingham Palace today for some quiet reflection and lay my own tribute. Crowds young, old and from all ethnicities and background, truly the best of British doing her justice. This is what he put out 2 years beforehand. How lucky that a photographer happened to be here to capture this deeply personal moment. That's regarding Prince Harry and Meghan. And to be honest with you, Dan Wootton seems to have a hard-on for them too. He seems to be very much, I'm going to get him, I'm going to do everything about it. People did bring it up, and I just want to bring these up because it does show how much of a hypocrite he is. And conveniently had it filmed, isn't that what you keep accusing Harry and Meghan of doing? Pot Kettle Much. Could this Dan Wootton related to the one below? Just asking. How lucky that a photographer happened to be here to capture this deeply personal moment. So many people were putting it out. And I haven't been able to find the video, but there is a video of Dan Wootton putting the flowers down more than once. If you know that video and you've managed to find it, let me know in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. You can see my my socials down there. But going back to the actual article, it goes on about this is what he said on his show. He like all fallible human beings have made errors of judgment and all this kind of stuff. And over the weekend, he decided to start crowdfunding. Yeah. Dan Wootton is doing crowdsource funding for his legal team. This is actually rather interesting and fascinating more than anything because, as you know, friends of the channel and everything else, we know quite a few lawyers, and we also know quite a few like psychologists, body language people, and we have asked them a lot of questions regarding this, obviously with the way he did his little monologue, and the fact that he's crowdsourcing, which, if he's innocent, why is he asking for people to crowdfund? Because if he is innocent, like he's saying, and it does go to court and everything else, he will get his expenses paid. He's got money, obviously, because I doubt he's earning the normal, like less than 20 grand a year, which is what most of the working class are on, And again, if he, according to all these allegations, if he was able to afford 10, 20, 30,000 pounds for photos of people doing explicit things, this should be a walk in the park for him. But it's interesting to see that he has gone out and crowdsourced it because he has gone against so many people who have crowdsourced quite a few things to help him. He's belittled them in The Sun, the News of the World, when he was there. So many things this guy has done that makes him one of the biggest hypocrites ever. Like I said, I don't like him. He is innocent until proven guilty, though. But if there's someone who deserves to have all of this go against him, it is him, because he has given so much shit to other people, and he's written lies, and there's so many things have come out where they've been like, no, you're lying, and they proved it, and they didn't do a retraction. He didn't say sorry or anything. Oh no, sorry. I believe he said sorry, and it was like a little column like that on like page 80 or whatever of The Sun, literally on the weekend, when no one would even look at it. Just like, just bury it, which is what they do. And when you got someone who works in the media, like Dan Wootton, and what he's been accused of, they do go out there, and if the person who's accusing him, which he did say, he goes, I was the victim in that relationship. First of all, that's what they all say when they've been accused of doing horrible things to their partner. It always turns back on them. Then you also got the actual fact that the man up in Glasgow, he even said himself, they're going to call me all the names under the sun. Exactly what him and his friends did. But if you are new to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, hit that subscribe and like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of all this, and I'll see you soon.